Too Sexily by Cavalli and Versace, busy gossiping about women who were not there. Bitches, I thought, snagging a second glass of dreadful white wine and a peculiar canapé consisting of a tiny pea pod filled with what looked like brown crab meat. Starving though I was, I sniffed it suspiciously.
"It's curry,"
a voice said from behind my left shoulder.
"and I don't recommend it."
I swung around too fast, slopping wine down the front of one of the biggest and ugliest men I had ever met. I mopped futilely at his dark pinstripe vest with my cocktail napkin. "I'm so sorry," I said.
"I startled you. It was my fault."
"How do you know it's no good?" I asked. He gave me one of those, "Aw, come on, girl," looks.
"I've tried 'em before, of course,"
he said, in a deep voice that expressed his exasperation at such an inane question. "That was pretty stupid of me," I admitted. "Put it down to the company around here. Look at them, all talking about money and sex, who's got it and who's getting it." His pale blue eyes under grizzled brows had a flinty glint to them. I guessed he hadn't taken to my brash American gal comments, or maybe he didn't care for redheads.
"And so why aren't you talking money?"
he asked. I shrugged. "I have enough. Not a lot, but I don't feel the need for more." I was lying, of course. I had exactly $500 to my name and no job, which was the reason I was at this party, scouting prospects, though what a college-educated, divorced, former suburban American housewife would find here was hard even for me, ever the optimist, to imagine. We stared silently at each other again. Then he said,
"Okay, so then why aren't you talking sex?"
I gave him a cool upward glance. "Same answer." He grinned, tight-lipped.
"Are you hating this do as much as I am, then?"
He had an accent I couldn't place, vaguely Beatles, but not the same, with flatter A's and a harsher lilt. "You mean you noticed?"
"So exactly why are you here?"
I shrugged. "A friend gave me the invitation. He couldn't make it. I'm a gossip page editor," I lied quickly, "for the American weekly mag People Like Us. Know it?"
"Thank God, no."
I smiled, guessing he'd been the butt of gossip columnists too often for his liking. I couldn't place him, though. I was on new turf here, didn't yet know the ins and outs of Brit society, but this was a rough-and-ready, take-no-prisoners kind of guy.
"You're in the wrong place,"
he told me firmly in his alien accent.
"The people here don't give a damn about American magazines. They live in their own tight little world. For them, everything else is second class."
That sounded very much like the boy locked out of the in-group at school to me. I stared curiously at him. He was maybe 6'5", a massive bear of a man, hefty, but not paunchy or soft, in a well-cut and very rumpled suit. He was in his early 60s, I guessed, clean-shaven with a craggy brow, a wide nose, thin lips, a ruddy skin, and the worst haircut I'd ever seen. His hair was a thick, gray, tangled mop. I was sure no barber had been near it for years, and was willing to bet he cut it himself. He brought to mind the ogre at the top of Jack's beanstalk. His massive hand clutched a glass of wine, and his pale, frosty eyes were taking me in, from my long red hair and freckled face, all the way down to my pointy-toe ankle-strap stilettos. Assessing my net worth, I thought, irritated.
"I'm Bob Hardwick."
He paused as though waiting for me to react. I shook his hand, but kept my cool. Of course, I knew who he was, the man who'd pulled himself up by his bootstraps, from brash, poor, uneducated Yorkshire lad to famous global mega-tycoon, but I didn't let on.
"What say you and I get out of here? I'll buy you dinner,"
he said abruptly. If he was after what I thought he was after, he'd gotten me wrong.